everybody, happy Thursday, and we are back at Goodwill because I took the back roads home from work and I'm driving past it, so why not see if they got anything good in? Let's go in and find out. Well, alright guys, back into Goodwill. Now I was just recently in here last week, so I'm not expecting too much, but who knows, maybe they've gotten something good in over the weekend. I of course got to stop in and check it out, and we're going to start off always by looking at the movies first, and the first thing I come across here is pretty cool, this Ultimate Matrix Collection box set. What a really cool DVD set. Of course I already have these movies on many different formats, but it's a really cool box set. Would have loved to have grabbed it, but not at $20. Are you insane, Goodwill? You are not eBay. Goodwill, you are not eBay. That was just priced insanely high. I can't believe it. They also had brand new seasons of House for $5 a piece. I already have the entire series. I do not need these, so I passed. And at $5, I wasn't all that intrigued for the store either. This is really cool. This Indiana Jones box set. I do already have it. I have the widescreen version, this here being the full screen version. But again, at $5, I passed because it was full screen. Did not want to pick that up for the store. And the Vista series release of Unbreakable, awesome. But at $4, again, priced a little bit too high, Goodwill. Come on. At least this is very well priced. Some Tinkerbell on Blu-ray. I love these. If you are a Disney fan, I highly recommend picking those up. They're fantastic movies. And some more Blu-rays here. Apparently, I guess GameStop wanted $18 for this at one point. Goodwill was only asking $2, which was a decent price. And wow, UMD videos. I never see these anymore. That is amazing. But the question is, do I need any of those? They also had seasons of The Mentalist for $5 a piece, a show I never really got into, so I did end up passing on those. Maybe I should have grabbed them, I don't know. And this is a really cool Muppets Christmas special. I already have it, but I just never come across this. It's just something I never see out in the wild, and wow, did I miss that last time I was in the store? I must have. It's another one of those library releases. That is really cool. For $2, definitely grabbing that. And this would have been an amazing find. Unfortunately, the disc was horribly scratched. I had to pass. So bummed by that. And another $18 Blu-ray for only $2. Pretty awesome. And another brand new season of House for $5. Really cool as well. So that was it for that. So then on to the video games. And I just was looking for the store. Nothing too interesting except for, wow, a Pokemon game? I know those go for quite a bit. Definitely intrigued by that. And I would have grabbed it had it been the correct game inside. Ugh, so bummed. So I ended up passing on that. So now on to the electronics. And again, not too much here as well. The VCR, kind of nice shape, but no remote. So I ended up passing on that. And a pretty standard 5-disc DVD changer. No interest in that either. This was kind of cool, though. This is an Apex, I guess, display piece for a store. Look at that cool display thing on the front. That's pretty awesome. Didn't need it, though, so I ended up passing. But it was just really cool to see. So then finally onto all the CDs, and it looked like they restocked, so I was definitely intrigued, very happy. Couldn't wait to dive into this and see what they had. And the first thing I came across was the soundtrack to Layer Cake. Great movie. Absolutely love that film, and the soundtrack is pretty cool, so definitely wanted to pick that up. And wow, King Missile. I do not come across this band's albums very often. That was a really cool find. And not only the soundtrack to Braveheart, but the sequel soundtrack as well. That I've never seen. That was really cool. And oh my gosh, now that's what I call Disney. Yeah, I think you guys know. I'm going to pick that one up. That was an awesome find right there. I love Disney. And what is this? This Ultimate Star Trek CD? I've never heard of this. That's pretty cool, though. Definitely thinking about picking that up. So, all right, guys. Wow, I'm scared. We are definitely out of here now. That is freaky. And okay, things are not getting any better now. Let's get out of this store immediately before something creepy attacks us. Or at least we would get out of the store if I did not have to wait in this hour-long line. Ugh, what a day. Alright, back from Goodwill, and I'm definitely glad I decided to run out there at the last minute. Like I said, I was taking a long way home from work, so taking back roads home, and I was driving right past it, and even though I was just there last week, I can't drive past it and not go in, because Goodwill tends to rotate their stock quite frequently. They get a lot of new stuff in all the time, and I figured, who knows, maybe over the weekend they've gotten something good in. I can't drive past and not go in, because that one amazing title that I've been looking for years could be sitting right there on this shelf. And I'll be thinking that if I don't go in, so had to check it out, and I'm glad I did because I found some really cool finds. So let's take a look at what I got. So first up are 3 CDs here. I got these for $1 a piece. First one being the soundtrack to Layer Cake. Fantastic movie, absolutely love this, and has a great soundtrack as well. If you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It's amazing. If you like Guy Ritchie films like Lock, Stock, Snatch, Revolver, Rock and Rolla, if you like those movies, this is definitely one to see. It has that same exact feel. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, this movie was written for Guy Ritchie to direct in his typical British gangster film style, but he went off and did that movie with Madonna instead. Yeah, good move, Guy Ritchie, good move. I don't know, but this movie is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And again, the soundtrack's awesome, so $1 for that. Great And then, of course, I had to pick up Now That's What I Call Disney. In fact, yeah, the CD's not even inside because I was listening to this one on the way home from work, and it's now in my my car CD player. So that's awesome. I love this. This is great. I will say though, not the best compilation in the world. I mean, all the songs in here are A-class songs. They're great Disney songs. I mean, you guys know me. I love Disney. I love Disney movies. I love the music from the Disney movies. I just really good soundtrack. But I would have picked different songs, but of course that's all subjective. Everybody has their favorites, so I definitely would have picked different songs. But they do a pretty good job of covering all the classic movies and a lot of the classic songs, so that's pretty awesome. And as you see, $1.97, but I only grabbed it for $1. They only charged me $1 for it, so awesome. And then this I definitely had to grab. This is more music from Braveheart. I had no idea there was a sequel album to the Braveheart soundtrack. I did not know that. I, of course, had the soundtrack. I do not have this. So when I saw it, knew I had to get it. I didn't even know this existed. Makes sense. So I remember this movie came out. It was like so big. Everybody was talking about this movie when it came out. So I'm not surprised it got a sequel soundtrack. A lot of those big budget, like epic movies that became like huge hits, at least for the time, usually pumped out like a few albums to milk it as much as they possibly could. So I'm really not surprised by that. But that's awesome. I didn't have it yet. So for $1, I had to grab that. Then I did end up grabbing a Muppets Christmas A Letter to Santa Extended Edition. Now, I do already own this, but mine does not have a slipcover, and this also has the Disney Movie Rewards code inside. Mine does not have that either. I think I bought mine used, and that's why it doesn't have all that. So I paid $1.97 for some paper, for some cardboard and a paper slip inside. It is what it is, but whatever. Mine didn't have it. Like I said, mine didn't have a slip. Mine didn't have the code, and that kind of bugged me. Although I'm not a huge slipcover fan, I do like my Disney slipcovers. So I had to grab it. I had to rebuy it just for the slipcover and everything. So it is what it is. This is great. I've never seen this. You guys let me know about this one. This is Tennessee Williams South. If I'm not mistaken, I have heard of this movie, but I don't really know anything about it. I know it exists, and that's usually a good thing. If people are talking about the movie, or if I've overheard people talking about it, that usually means the movie's at least somewhat decent, and I should probably check it out. But I've never seen this. I know nothing about this film, so by all means, leave a comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts on this. I paid $2 for it. I think that's a good deal, but again, I don't know anything about this film, so by all means, leave those comments. And how did I miss this? The Future is Unwritten, Joe Strummer. This is an amazing documentary. I'm a huge fan of The Clash. I'm a huge fan of Joe Strummer. I'm a huge fan of just punk music in general. This is a great, amazing documentary. And I definitely must have somehow missed this last time I was in Goodwill. Because as you guys know, they had all those like releases from I guess a library rental system, and for whatever reason they're now in Goodwill, and I picked up a few of them, but this one I didn't grab, and I'm assuming they had it unless it was still sitting in the back and they brought it out later. I don't know, but if I missed this, that's ridiculous. Unfortunately, the DVD is pretty well scratched, but the good news is, and here's why I really wanted to get this, I already have the DVD, but I have just the DVD, and it's in good shape. I just have no artwork for it. Now I do have the artwork, even though it's got some stickers on it, but it's better than not having artwork. So that's pretty cool. Definitely had to pick this up. It was only $2. So awesome. And I'm not sure. Let me check the disc. The disc might actually play, so that's pretty awesome. It doesn't look that badly scratched. So I'll probably just hold on to the disc as like a backup copy or something like that. So awesome. $2. Basically grab that for the artwork. And then the one and only UMD video that I did not have. You guys saw they had a decent amount of UMD videos, which I was pretty blown away by, because usually I come across these, when I come across these, it's usually like one here, one there, or if I do come across a whole bunch of them, it's usually at like a used game store. But out in the wild, I rarely ever come across just a huge haul of them. They had a decent amount. Unfortunately, I had pretty much every title there, except for Hostage. I did not have this one on UMD video yet, so that's great. You guys know me. I love collecting for UMD video. And wow. GameStop, I mean, they wanted $18 for those Blu-rays. They also wanted $20 for this UMD video. That's insane that these ever went for that much. I mean, who would have paid that much for a UMD video? That's crazy. I only paid $2 for it. So, awesome deal. Very cool to add that to my collection. I just love picking those up. And then I did grab two things for the Cinema Sickness store. First thing I grabbed here was Secret of the Wings, a Tinkerbell Disney Fairies movie. This is great. This has the both Blu-ray and DVD, no digital copy code, or I don't think it's had a digital copy code, but no movie rewards code inside, unfortunately. But both discs were in perfect condition, which I was kind of surprised by because it's something for kids. Kids tend to destroy their discs. These are in perfect shape. So I picked this up for the store. This is a fantastic movie. I love the Tinkerbell movies. I just recently, over I think the last year, I sat down and just marathoned them all. They were great. They were amazing. I love them so much. So I would highly recommend these. So I figured I'd pick this up for the store. Hopefully somebody out there wants that. And then I also grabbed this for the store. This is really cool, and it's in perfect condition. I have a feeling this was maybe bought for somebody, or this was bought in the park and then used for like a whole day by a kid, and that was it. Look at this cool Minnie Mouse, like trick-or-treat Halloween Minnie Mouse. I don't know. Look, she's got a little Mickey. Oh, trick-or-treat. There you go. She's out trick-or-treating. This Mickey bucket here. That is so awesome. I've seen these sold in Walt Disney World, as it says, Disney parks. So I'm sure Disneyland and Disney World, and who knows, maybe other Disney parks sell these. These are awesome. These are so cool. I always eye these up when I go to the parks, and yeah, I definitely picked this one up for the store. Now I kind of want to keep it for myself, but again, it's one of those things. What am I going to do with it? I have no idea. So I picked this up for the Cinema Sickness store. So definitely head over there if you have any interest in this. This is pretty awesome, and it's in, like, again, perfect condition. No marks or anything on this one. It's like brand new. It doesn't have the tag. That's about it. Otherwise, it's brand new. So this is awesome. Had to grab that one. So there you go, guys. That was everything I picked up. So again, definitely glad I ran in there. Very cool. And I want to quickly say before we take a look at what I'm going to watch tonight, for those two kids who I met in the parking lot, if you're watching, because you said you were going to subscribe, if you're watching, I just want to say hi, and thank you for subscribing, and thank you for watching, and it was really cool to meet you. I was in the parking lot filming my intro, and as I was done, window rolls down, the car next to me, and the kid's like, hey, are you on YouTube? And we started talking a little bit, so I just want to say hello if you're out there watching. So, all right, now on to tonight's Cinema Sickness Halloween Horathon title. And tonight's Cinema Sickness Halloween Horathon title is going to be, of course, Gate 2, because last night I watched The Gate, which was, again, a fantastic movie. I highly recommend it if you are a fan of 80s films. The Gate is definitely one to check out. But I've actually never seen Gate 2. I've never got around to checking this one out. I certainly never watched it as a kid. I don't remember this one ever being on TV or anything like that, or me ever renting it. So I just recently got this one maybe like a year or so ago on DVD. So definitely looking forward to finally sitting down and checking this one out. Hopefully it's as good as the first one.
Sir? Do you need any help in there, sir?
All right, Gate 2. This is an interesting and enjoyable movie, and I was very pleasantly surprised to find out that this movie is a true sequel to the first film. Had I read the synopsis, I probably would have already have known that, but I didn't do that. I was very surprised to find out that Louis Tripp is coming back to reprise his role as Terry from the first movie. He played the best friend of the main character from the first movie, and I was very surprised when I found that out. He still lives next door, and he finds out that they didn't steal the gate properly, and he has to do that. I was blown away by this. I was really expecting this movie to be maybe a sequel in name only, or perhaps one of those typical 90s sequels to 80s films where it's a movie that has a similar plot but really wasn't written as a sequel. It really has something to do with the first movie, but since it's similar, they want to piggyback off the first movie's name, so they just call it The Gate 2. That's kind of what I was expecting it to be, but again, Louis Tripp is back as Terry, and that's really, really cool. And as I said, he realizes they didn't steal the gate properly, so he wants to go do that, and he ends up meeting with these kind of hooligan kids, these bad kids, and they start causing issues, and there's a bit of a love interest by Pamela Adlon, though, from Californication, very young Pamela. That was really, really cool to see her in the movie as well. She kind of plays this love interest with Terry. She's, one of the hooligans, but the two guys in that gang are kind of, typical jerks, but she's kind of the, hanging out with them, but really she's actually a nice girl, and she befriends Terry, and they end up finding out that they can make wishes from this demon that they end up bringing back, and that ends up not going so well. Terry knows better. He knows they shouldn't be making these wishes, but he goes ahead and kind of gives in and does it anyway. And of course, the other two guys and Pamela, or whatever her name is from the movie, she starts making wishes too, and it all becomes this huge mess, and they end up having to send everything back through the gate, but not after being possessed first, and not after almost releasing, the demons back onto the earth, and very weird ending of this movie too. With I don't want to spoil it, but it's kind of bizarre. If you watch it, you'll know what I mean. So would I recommend this one? It's not nearly as good as the first movie. I'm gonna say that the first movie I thought was fantastic, had great special effects, a really fun story. Like I said, it's kind of like a horror sort of Stand By Me kind of movie, where it has that fun, the kind of the kid adventure movie, but horror based. And I think it was really fun for that reason. This is a lot more low budget, and it's not exactly the strongest sequel in the world, but it is still fun, and I would still recommend checking it out. It is still definitely an interesting film. It's just a bit more cheesier, and honestly, I'm okay with that because you guys know me. I love my cheese. So The Gate 2, I would say if you've seen the first Gate, check this one out. It was enjoyable. And with that, back off to bed because I still have to get up early to go to work tomorrow. Fun, but at least it's Friday. Something for the past 2 months I didn't really care about. I didn't even know what day it was for the past 2 months when I wasn't working. I was like, oh, this is Wednesday, Friday. I don't know. It's whatever day it is. Now I'm back to, working for the weekend and looking forward to Fridays now. So, awesome. But anyway, guys, so as I always say, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, hit that subscribe button and you'll get one. And if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, one of many designs you can choose from, then head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com where you can get yourself one of these. And finally, if you'd like to support new content and show your thanks and appreciation for these videos and keep these videos coming your way, the simple donation of $1 or as much as you like really does go a long way, and all goes right back into these videos. And you can do that by going over to patreon.com/cinemasickness, again, where every tiny little bit helps, and it gains you early access to most of my videos as well. So as always, thanks for watching, have a good one, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.